welcome to the house. Now, ching, ching, ching.
Cheers.
Ching, ching. Welcome to the house. We've got you in the end as well. You've come to the house.
I've been waiting for that.
Welcome.
Lovely. Thank you.
First of all, I know you're...
I love food. I love eating. It's really important that I know when my next meal is coming.
Right.
But I don't cook very much because I'm not very good at it.
OK, poulet Riesling. So really, really simple. We're going to portion up this chicken. You can buy it already portioned up. This is a white chicken stew. 4 pieces of white meat in it.
Yeah, I always feel like this is a bit of a loser story, but...
Well, it's definitely not.
I was really lucky that at 14, I literally had this, like, epiphany moment, and it changed my whole life, and it meant that I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I'm doing what I do now, which I genuinely believe
What was
is the
that?
best job in the world. So my geography teacher, at the age of 14, got the classroom to line up a row of girls and a row of boys. Right. And he said, boys, you're the cold air, girls, you're warm air, and I want you to run from one side of the classroom to the other, but bumping into each other and see what happens when you get to the other side. So we're 14 and we're running and we're pushing each other. And when we get to the other side, we're not a straight line anymore, we're a wiggly line. And he said, that is how the jet stream works. Where they meet, there's a battleground set up, and that's the jet stream, and that brings us wet and windy weather. And instantly I had this vision of how our atmosphere moves. And so that day I phoned the Met Office and I said, hi, the colour weather forecaster. So I found out I had to do A-level maths and physics, which for a 14-year-old girl isn't the best news in the world.
Right.
But I ended up loving every step I took was to get to that degree course. And then I graduated from Reading and went to the Met Office and did my forecaster training. And it just kind of boom, 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 just worked out. Of the places that weather forecasting can take you, it's really important for transportation. My very first job was forecasting for the road network for gritters, forecasting for the energy companies, because if it's cloudy, you need more electricity around the country. So there are RAF bases and army bases. And the job came up at Brize Norton, which is, for those who don't know, it's like the RAF's airport. The crews fly all over the world, but they also do local flights, so that's where the air-to-air refuelers are. And we had one time that the crew needed to refuel an aircraft to get to Afghanistan for the last flight for Christmas to bring people home and take all of the presents, but there were thunderstorms. And obviously you can't refuel an aircraft if there's thunderstorms, and there's a lot of pressure because the crew or even if eyes are on you, is quite scary. So my RAF base was fine because you just used to brief a crew at a time. Yeah. 4 people would come in, but some of them you'd have 50 people, and that was scary. But the BBC, they just had lots of ladies go off on maternity leave. They really needed another female presenter. They said, we're looking for somebody, and my boss went, just go and see what it's all about. And they did radio from Radio 1 to Radio 4, the shipping forecast. They did BBC World, so forecasting for every country in the world. And I just thought, actually, I thought that people would just go, oh, you're a weather girl. But there was loads more to it than that. And
it appears like there's first dish.
This looks amazing.
We'll dive into that.
Thank you so much.
I would say, tell me what you think. It's classically French.
That is so good.
Sat there with a glass of red wine. You could be on a little French street in Paris. It's absolutely stunning, that.
It will save you money as well. I walk to school with my daughter and I pick her up, and we get fresh air. We're not driving our car. It's good for the environment. It's completely free. We learn lots on the way. We pick up ladybirds. We pick up sticks. We do litter picking on the way home.
Yeah,
as well.
Outside in the fresh air. So
everything. I mean, we talked
5%.
21%.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. They're already in there.
Key holder just today.
I've ordered them already.
And they all count.
Of course, the sea levels to rise, how the polar bears can't get the fish that they need to because the waters are changing, how the economy is changing because there's not the ice for people to go out and do the tourism. And I just left there feeling really overwhelmed and really moved, and I thought, I need to do something, so...
Over the top. And there we have it, my version.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to upset